Welcome back. Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats seem confident in their chances to retake Congress in 2018.
I think every poll now is double digit that people would vote for a Democrat or Republican. Public is, shall we say, inclined to support Democrats.
But not so fast, Nancy. A recent 2018 generic ballot has voters preferring the GOP over Democrats 39% to 38%. So what does this mean for 2018? Here to break it down is Republican pollster John McLaughlin. John, tell me, the Dems thought they had the advantage, but now this poll changes things.
Well, the president's leadership. What's going on is 40% of Americans think the country's headed in the right direction. Under Obama, we didn't hit that number in the last term. So you have the president's numbers going up, his job approval's in the high 40s. You have the majority of Americans think the economy's going to get better, 56 to 32. That's thanks to President Trump. The bad part that's holding us down is in our latest poll in February, we had on McLaughlinOnline.com, we have the GOP majority's approval rating is only 37%. So it's 58 disapprove. So we've got to get Congress to vote. So what's happening now is the Democrats are being exposed. They complained about the president's State of the Union, which, if you watched it, out of the 46 million people that watched it, 75% approved. But you had Democrats sitting on their hands, couldn't even clap for policemen, Marines. They basically walked out on the president, and they were exposed. They were exposed in the government shutdown, and now we've got to get Republican leadership in the House and the Senate to make them vote on things like workfare, make them vote even on term limits, make them vote on things that the president's proposing.
So you say that President Trump has really been the factor to change the advantage over to the Republicans. Let me ask you, Mitch McConnell, leader of the Senate, saying that he expects the Republicans to lose seats. The New York Times headline wants you to believe that they could even lose the Senate.
Well, we shouldn't, because I tell you what, and Senator McConnell, when he ran the Senate campaigns, was very good at this, where we gained seats. But I'll tell you what, we only have 8 seats up out of the 34. The Democrats are on the line, and 10 of the Democrats are running in seats in the Senate that Donald Trump carried those states. 4 of those states were carried double digits. So we ought to be able to gain seats like North Dakota, Missouri, Indiana, West Virginia. We're going to put the Democrats, we've got to put them on defense. We got to go after them, make them vote. Senator McConnell has to make those senators vote on popular issues so the voters can see what their choice is in November. We should not lose seats in the Senate. The House will be tougher to hold, but we should be able to hold the House too.
And John, let's talk very quickly, because we're almost out of time, but the independents, in the latest poll, 25% leaning GOP, 26 Democrat, 49% undecided.
Right.
What do you make of the independents, where they are right now? And is Pelosi a factor that counts against the Democrats in the independent column?
Well, there's 2 things. One is, in the midterms, we get a lower turnout. You only get between 80 and 90 million people come out. The Democrats seem a little more fired up. We have to get the Trump voters. When I was part of the Trump campaign, President Trump brought we got 9 million more voters in 2016 than 2012. He was the reason we brought them out. We have to get the Trump voters back out. The second thing is the independents. We got to turn them around, which is why it's so important that Senator McConnell and Leader Ryan get the Democrats to vote on things that independents agree with us on.
Right. And quickly, John, you were a pollster for President Trump. Where is he?
Where is he?
Where is he on this?
I'm sure he's pushing his agenda on infrastructure. He's pushing his agenda on immigration.
Yeah.
Those are majority popular things. The House and Senate need to vote on.
And those silent Trump voters in 2016, are we going to see them in 2018?
If they get a choice to see that their votes matter to get those things passed, they'll be out.
All right. It's midterm time. Thank you, John. That's great. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Griff.